Though I'm often painting in exotic locations, I love to be at home. Takes planning to go on a trip. I book an RV park for this week in Sedona. I love to be in my dining room. All my paintings surround me. It would be nice to add on to the house so that I could eat in the dining room from time to time. As I leave, I take my protein drink in my favorite little German mug. I also take my computer so that I can download all of the pictures that I take along the way. Though I love LA, and I love my garden where I spend most of my time when I'm here, I really love going out and painting in nature, and exotic places just thrill me. I'm planning a wild week in Sedona. On my last painting trip to Zion, I brought back a wonderful rock, which I'm using to mark the burial spot for my parrot, Verdi. I had her for 27 years. She's buried in the garden right next to my Italian juniper tree. I sometimes think that I'd like to get another bird, but it's hard to find one, and I'm not exactly sure what type of bird I want. On this trip, as I travel, I see a raven sitting on a fence post. I wonder if the raven will be my pet. I come up to it to ask if it wants to be my pet, but it flies away. I guess it's not interested in coming home with me. And then on my way back to the car, I see a ram crossing. I wonder if this sign was paid for by Dodge. One sees a lot of interesting signs traveling across the country. Later on, I saw a mule crossing sign, an elk crossing sign, and a deer crossing sign. On my way to Arizona, I stopped at a Texaco station. I wasn't going to get gas. In fact, they didn't even have gas pumps here. I was going to go get a special delivery package. I had to cross the street to do it. I knew at the Relax Inn that I could pick up something really special. I could hardly wait to get back in the truck. I know what it is! It's Foo Bear! Foo Bear is back! Foo Bear, Foo Bear, Foo. When we entered Arizona, there was just a beautiful vista of the Colorado River, with rugged mountains in the background casting shadows. I would have really loved to have painted this, but I had to go on to my trailer park. I was happy, though, because we got to go to the London Bridge. The London Bridge is now in Lake Havasu. You know the song, London Bridge is falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. Well, it's not falling down. It's perfectly sturdy. And it's there in Lake Havasu, on the way to Sedona. I got there just around sunset. All the flags were flying. I had to stop and wash the Honda Ridgeline. I made sure that as I got gas, because I needed a lot of gas to go uphill to Flagstaff, and I made sure I cleaned my special Airstream trailer, because I really like the Airstream. It protects me from all the elements, and it's just beautiful and aesthetic, and I want it looking its best. We got to the trailer court late at night, and it was sort of cold. I had to put on my special sweater. I also had to look for where my parking spot was and find it in the dark. The next morning, I went to Trail 63, Margs Draw. This brought back a lot of memories for me because my favorite painting teacher was named Margot Lenartz, and I often think of her as I paint. Margot passed away this year, but I often channel her spirit as I'm drawing. What a wonderful opportunity to be in this beautiful wilderness area. It's so inspiring. I find it difficult to capture the beauty of these areas. There's a lot of elements that I have to deal with, cactus, thorns, but luckily this time of year, there was no problem with heat. The temperature was just wonderful. In fact, we had a lot of cloudy days when I wish there was a little bit more sun, but I was happy just to be here anyway. I do my pen and ink drawing, and then later, after I do my pen and ink drawing, I start putting on the acrylic layer. The acrylic layer goes on very quickly, and it provides an underpainting for my oils. It dries fast, and I mix very minimally. I'm just trying to do both a value study and figure out where things are located. What a beautiful area this is. I'm so inspired to be here. After I do my acrylic underpainting, then I work on putting oils on top of them. It's all right to put oils on acrylic, but you can't do the reverse and put acrylic on oil. Using the oils allows me to mix the colors a lot more than I could with the acrylic. It also allows for a lot more tones. It's sometimes difficult to get these sort of blue-greens from a distance. I have to work on it. I also like the way that these trees frame the rocks. They're so majestic. There's a lot of prickly pear cactus around, and I have to watch very carefully when I walk, because I don't want to step on one in my sandals. Now the painting's coming along, it's looking pretty striking, but I need to put in the trees in the front of that lower mesa. One thing, I add a lot of color at the front and then less color at the back, because color and intensity, saturation of color, show distance, and as things recede in the background, they aren't quite as strong in color, and they have a lot more blue-green to them. It took a lot of effort to try to get these trees right. I used my special brush. You've heard of the French term coup de grace. Well, this big brush is the coup de draw. I may take this painting back and work on it again in the studio a little bit later, but for 4 hours, I'm pretty happy with this. Hi, I hope you liked my video, and I hope you'll come visit me on markhafman.com. We have lots of exciting content, including my other paintings, watercolors, oils, and there's some gift certificates that you might like, as well as every so often I give away a painting. Hope to see you. markhafman.com. 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 See you there.